Hello, today I'm going to show you how resource can be overallocated in fixed duration task, how it can become overallocated, and when you add additional resource, how the work is divided among them. I created task 1, okay. Now I will click on it and I will go to advanced and I will say that this is fixed duration task and it's effort driven. So let's say this task is paint the wall, because when you add additional resource, it can be done in shorter time. Okay, I have here in view, I will go to task usage, I always use it. And if I go to resource sheet, you will see that I have John and Mary. Okay, I have John and Mary. Now I will assign John. Okay, I will say I need John here. You will see in task usage that John is going to work during those 10 days, 8 hours per day. Now, I want to say that John fulfilled in his first week, in this week, 20 hours. I will go to actual work, okay? And I will change this because I will go here in time scale and I will say that mid tire is month, but at bottom tire is week. Okay? Where is it? Here it is. Now I see that John is supposed to work 40 hours first week from 29th and second week from 5th. And I will say, okay, John did 20 hours. You will see that since John did finish 20 hours, he needs 60 hours in a week after. Why? Because he is the task is fixed duration and the remaining work should be done here. So John is obviously overallocated because he's supposed to work 8 hours per day, which means 40 hours per week, and he is here assigned with 60 hours. Now, let's add additional resource. Let's add Mary. I'm going to assign Mary to a task, okay? Yeah, but I cannot do it if I'm not on the task. So I should go on the task and then assign resource and then choose Mary and then say assign and then close. Now you will see that John is supposed to work. Sorry, what did I do? Okay, once again, I made a mistake. Assign resource, forgive me for that. Mary, assign, okay, close. You will see that John is supposed to work 36 hours in 5 days and Mary 24 hours. Maybe you expected that John is going to work 30 hours and Mary to work 30 hours. No. That's not going to happen. Why? Let me switch back here to time scale and let me show you why is that. I'm going to say that those middle tire are going to be weeks and now back to days. Okay, you will see that since first week is done, okay? Why is done? Because I put 20 hours. Okay, now John and Mary are going to split the rest of the work in a way that when I assign Mary with 100%. And it means how many days are left? 5, of course, 5. Why? Because John has worked 20 hours on this task. I put here actual work, so remaining work is 60 hours. And this week is done. Immediately after I put actual work for a week, it means this week is done. What is done in this week, it is done. So Mary cannot work in this week anymore. And the 60 hours were left. Since 60 hours were left and Mary is going to work on that particular task, how many hours can she work? She can work 4 4.8 hours, which is in total, let us calculate it once again, 4.8, 24 hours in total. So you will see that these 60 hours are split among Mary and John. So Mary is going to work 24 from 60, which is 40%, and John is going to work 7.2 multiplied by 5 is 36 divided by 60, which means 60%. So the work is split 60 to 40 among them, okay? And that is how Microsoft is calculating that. John is not over-allocating anymore, but it is not like you supposed. What you should do to avoid this situation, it's much better not to put here work. Okay, let me go back. Let me undo this thing. Let me undo a lot of things here. Okay. Let me now see, I'm at the start, okay? What I'm going to do, I will say, John needs to work, okay, in tracking. He finished 20, and if I click on OK, remaining will be 40, okay, 40. So I put 20, and remaining is 40. Okay? So basically, if John has worked in this week 20, and I didn't put 20 here, it doesn't mean that he is already finished in this week. No, no, no. So once again, if I go here and put here in this grid 20 hours, it means John is done. When you put actual work here, John is done. But when you put actual work here on the particular resource under the tracking and you say John is 20 done, it means he has, okay, 20 to work and 40 for 20 is done, and he should do the rest in this week. But if he is done this week and you want to assign additional resource, you can do it by Mary, and I will assign Mary. Now you will see that Mary will have to work 10 hours here and 20 hours here. Why? John was supposed to work 20 hours in this week. Once again, okay, 40 hours and 20 hours are done, so 20 hours are left. If I now assign Mary, Mary will take 10 hours from John, and so it means John has to finish 10 hours and Mary has to finish 10 hours in this week. In next week, they will split the work from 40 hours, 20 hours for John and 20 hours for Mary. It is much better than to put manually here. But if I put here now, for example, okay, John has finished 20 hours, it means that John is done and John has to do the rest of his 30 hours in the next week. So be careful. When you put some actuals here, it means when you put actuals for day or for month or for week, it means it's done. Let me show you now once again the example here. Okay? Okay. Let me erase this. Okay. Now, if I assign John here, okay, to the task, this one, if I assign him, he will has to work 60 hours. Why? Because Microsoft remembered the last things which you made. So, the last entry which you made. So I will now recreate the task. I will say paint the wall. And I will say, okay, I need 10 days. Now, let me try to assign resource, and let me try to assign John to the task. And I didn't, sorry. Let me assign John to the task. And let me close it. 40-40. Okay, let's switch to the day. Time scale. Okay, let's go to weeks and bought entire day. Now I can say John has done 4 hours here and 4 hours here. You will see the remaining will be calculated in the rest of duration. So 80 minus 8 is how much? 72. 72 divided by 8 days remaining is 9 hours. So I can say, put here 4 and 4 and 4. So you will see he will has to work, okay, 12 hours for the rest of the time. Now, if I assign resource, and if I assign Mary, and if I assign her, you will see that this is divided 60 to 40%. But what if I want them to work both the same time? So remaining work here to see how much remains for 60 hours. What if I want both of them to work 30 hours? Well, it's easy. Time scale, okay? Middle tire, month, bottom tire, week. Great. And now I will put 30 to you and 30 to you. You will see I have what I wanted. But in that case, be careful, the magic formula doesn't work anymore, which you can see in some of my previous video. I strongly do not recommend, okay, discourage you to put actuals here, okay, strongly. Basically, you should say when you want to put some actuals, you should go to resource use, task usage view, click on specific resource, put what is the actual work, what is the remaining work, and when is actual start for this particular resource. This is much better, and you will not get unexpected results. It was a little bit longer, it can be confusing, but it will not be if you follow my advice, and that is don't touch actual work in the worksheet. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.